Last night we saw the harrowing fight of Rook's Rest, and now I want to discuss what is going to happen afterwards, what it means for both Team Green and Team Black, and the funeral procession that'll happen with the decapitated head of Meleys, what it will mean for Team Green going forward, and how it's not really a smart idea for them to be parading around a dragon's head. Since Valyria, the Doom of Valyria, Aegon's conquering, even as we see into Game of Thrones, dragons have been a symbol of power and almost invulnerability for the Targaryens. Rhaenyra says in season 1, people think that Targaryens are closer to gods than to men because of their dragons. So it's kind of really dumb for the Greens to be parading around a dragon head, being like, look what we did, yippee, when it shows that they are equally as vulnerable. The meager dragons that they have, in Fire and Blood, there's Dreamfire, Helena's dragon. We don't know if that dragon's even there anymore. Now there's barely Sunfire if Sunfire survived, and Vhagar, so they have 1.5 dragons right now that can and are vulnerable. So that was a really, really dumb move on their part. I'm going to continue on why I think this is not only dumb but disrespectful. As I said before, they are literally the House of the Dragon. Maegor the Cruel before, as angry as he would never disrespect a dragon like that. There is such a psychic and magical bond that happens with dragons. We've seen it in Game of Thrones with Daenerys and her dragons. We've seen it throughout this show, maybe not in such detail, but dragons are so special. To disrespect their body like that and their corpse is such an awful thing to do, and it would only come from somebody as brain dead as the Greens, because they're like so loosely Targaryens and aesthetic only. Here's where I'm going to get into spoilers, so turn back ahead if you don't want to hear any spoilers. I'll give you some time. Okay, pause. Are you done? Are they gone? So this showing that dragons are not invulnerable to damage, that they can be killed and be like decapitated and desecrated in this way, will lead to the storming of the dragon pit. Something will happen during Rhaenyra getting the throne, which, as I said, spoiler, she'll get the throne again, and there will be a storming of the dragon pit. It is what it sounds like. The small folk go to the dragon pit. A lot of dragons die. It is very horrific and probably will be displayed in a very sad and horrific way. I believe that the show is setting up, as we've said, show canon and book canon are two different things. The show is setting it up that this is probably inciting incident, showing that dragons are vulnerable to damage, that they can be harmed in this way, and it's the Greens' fault, in my humble opinion.